Hello and welcome to GameBabble. I'm your host, Gel. Wii music. I don't think I've ever seen a game cause this much random turmoil amongst gaming journalists in a long while, or possibly ever. Ever since this last E3, which most people consider to be a bomb, just due to the fact that apparently the whole thing relied on Nintendo because everyone else was being a lazy bastard and didn't feel like showing much of anything. Yeah, the fact that the only thing Nintendo had to show was Wii Music caused everyone to just suddenly hate on it. And now the whole act of reviewing it has turned into a sort of cock-waving contest. 95% of the reviewers are sitting there bashing it for being a non-game and catering to the casual. The other 5% of these reviewers are claiming to be elitist music snobs and that apparently Guitar Hero and Rock Band have ruined the entire concept of playing music forever, and Wii Music is restoring that, but only someone with classical music training could possibly comprehend the brilliance of Wii Music. Boy, hey. Even I'm doing a bit of the cock-waving by pointing out how stupid everyone else is being about the damn thing. So how about we cut the bullshit and get to what the fuck Wii Music is. So what is Wii Music? The basics of Wii Music is that you select an instrument and then wave the Wiimote around. Every time you wave the Wiimote, it plays a note. But it's more than simply changing instruments around and waggling for some music. Depending upon how you wave your Wiimote and when, will allow you to intimately remix the music. You can delay notes, you can extend notes, you can remove notes. In essence, you're remixing music in real time. It's sort of a music creation program, but not quite. In fact, you know what? It's a little bit like electroplankton. And if I may pause for just a moment to get back to the cock-waving, how many reviewers were sitting there praising electroplankton for being so art, and then are suddenly bashing Wii Music because it's casual? Because it's some kind of horrible casual non-game? Even though they're both actually kinda similar in the fact that you just dick around and make musical noises? Yeah, in reality, I'd say Wii Music is actually better than electroplankton, because at least here, there's a lot more you can do. You have a lot more options, and you can actually save what you've done. I've gotta say, anyone that was praising electroplankton to high heaven and then is sitting here bashing Wii Music, give me your damn job. Anyway, getting back to the point at hand. Yes, it's actually really cool being able to wave the Wiimote around in ways specific to each instrument, and by holding down different buttons and waving it in different ways, changing the notes of the music so that way you can have your own customized, personalized remix. It's actually a really cool idea. So does this mean that Wii Music is something truly amazing and fantastic? Sadly, no. It actually has some shortcomings that don't involve being a casual game or a non-game. Basically, there are two kinds of problems it has. The first one is that there really isn't enough freedom. The game itself actually says in its tutorials that a good drum line is a great place to start with your remixes. However, the drums are too restrictive. You see, if you hit them on the beat, you get a boom. If you hit them on a half beat, you get a boom. And if you hit them any other time, you get a ch. This causes a problem, because if you're trying to make your own beat, try to go with a boom, 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 boom. You can't do that. Instead, you get sort of a boom, 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 boom. And it's a complete mess. So you really can't march to the beat of your own drummer, which was kind of the whole point of the game. This also causes a problem because of the usual Wiimote screw-ups. Seeing as you're waving your Wiimote to each beat, and if you're a little bit off, and if the Wiimote detects a little bit off beat, rather than getting the boom, 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 you'd get a boom, because it would be detecting a little bit off the beat, and you did instead of boom. Furthermore, you can only save your work after performing it. You can't really sit there and say, I want to remove this instrument and then save it. No, after you remove the instrument, you then have to play again before you can save it. And more than that, I would have really liked some freaking volume control. I've got a lot of remixes that would be really great if I could just turn down the damn bagpipe. There are too many times where the melody actually gets lost because everything else is being too damn loud. Volume control would have helped a lot. The other problem is in content. While there's a lot of instruments to choose from and they all sound really great, there's not nearly enough songs. As you've probably already heard, they're all public domain music, all classical stuff, and then of course some Super Nintendo music and stuff like that. That's nice, but there's not enough there. There's not enough Nintendo music, and considering what this is, there's just not enough music. This is even worse when you get into the mini-games, wherein you only have 5 songs to choose from for each mini-game. Why can't we select from all of them? And why are there only 3 mini-games? We could totally have more. Even though being not Guitar Hero is kind of the point, they could have gone further with that. And for that more, the whole lessons mode, why can't we play that multiplayer? That would have been an addition too. There's a lot of things they could have done to add some more meat here. Like, oh, I don't know, the Mario Paint music creator, you know, that's another great non-game from the old days. That was really great. Mario Paint, did anyone complain about that? I don't think so, because it was fucking awesome. If they had the Mario Paint music creator in here, that alone would be great, because then you could create and remix your own music instead of just this pre-created stuff. So in the end, while Wii Music looks and sounds great and is a really neat concept, the main thing is that there's not enough freedom and there's not enough content. That is the real problem with Wii Music. There's just not enough there to justify the full $50 price tag. Now, if Nintendo had sold it for $20, I'd be all behind it. Okay, 20 is a little bit crazy, but 30. If Nintendo said, you know what, this is just a fun thing to dick around with, you know, there's not a lot here, but it's actually kind of cool, check it out. 30 bucks, I'd be all behind that. I'd be all for it. I would throw my weight behind that because it's a really neat thing. I had tons of fun remixing the F-Zero theme, but there's not enough there to justify the full price tag. So in the end, I give it a 2.7 out of 5. There needs to be more. It's not the fact that it's a non-game. It's not the fact that there are casual gamers out there. That's not the problem. The problem is just that there's not enough meat on this thing's bones. All it needs is some more content and some more freedom. So that's my verdict on Wii Music. Anyway, this is Gel, and you've been GameBabbled. See ya.